Hello mga ka-wisdom! Welcome to Wisdom is Power channel. Kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na ito, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe, i-like, mag-comment at i-share ang video ito. Click mo na rin ang notification bell to receive more wisdom videos na katulad nito. Salamat! Ngayon pag-uusapan natin about power factor. So, review lang muna tayo sa ating right triangle. Alam natin na yung ating right triangle ay may tatlong sides. Una, yung ating tinatawag na opposite side, the hypotenuse, and the adjacent. Then, meron din tayong angle theta. So, trigonometric functions natin, kung maalala natin, meron tayong tinatawag na SOHCAHTOA. Yung SOHCAHTOA, ibig sabihin, sin theta is equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Yung cosine theta is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. And the tangent theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Sa electrical engineering, meron din tayong tinatawag na power triangle. Yung ating mga sides sa right triangle, meron din nire-represent ng ating mga power, different types of power. Una, yung ating opposite side ay tinatawag nating reactive power. Yun namang hypotenuse side ay tinatawag nating apparent power. Yung adjacent side, yan yung ating real power. Yung reactive power, ang symbol na ginagamit natin sa kanya ay Q. Yung apparent power ay letter S. At yung real power ay nire-represent ng letter P. Then, nandyan pa rin yung ating angle theta. So, kung ito-drawing natin, so S for hypotenuse, Q for the opposite side, and P for the real power o yung ating adjacent side, and the angle theta. Yung ating S or the apparent power, ang ating unit ay volt ampere. So, pwede tayong gumamit ng VA or kVA or MVA. So, megavolt ampere, kilovolt ampere, or simply volt ampere. Yun namang ating P ay unit natin ginagamit ay watts. So, pwede tayong gumamit ng simple watts, kilowatts, or megawatts. Sometimes gigawatts, no? Then, yung Q natin, ang unit natin for Q or the reactive power is volt ampere reactive or simply VAR. Pwede rin siyang maging kVAR or mVAR. So that is for the reactive power. So power factor is defined as the ratio of real power to apparent power. Kaya kung isusulat natin siya in mathematical form, real power over the apparent power. Or simply, PF is equals to P over S. So, kung titingnan natin, yung power factor natin, yung P, that is, nire-represent siya ng yung adjacent side. At yung S na ating apparent power ay nire-represent siya ng hypotenuse. So, pwede natin siyang isulat as power factor is equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. So, itong adjacent hypotenuse na to, makikita natin, ito ay trigonometric functions ng cosine theta. So, ibig sabihin, power factor is equals to cosine theta. So, tandaan natin, power factor is unitless. So, nagre-range lang siya from 0 to positive 1. Ang pinakamataas niyang value is 1. Ang pinakamababa ay 0. So, power triangle natin. So, again, so using Pythagorean theorem, so since this is a right triangle, gagamitin natin siya ng Pythagorean theorem. So, S squared or the apparent power, the S squared is equals to the sum of the square of the real power and the square of the reactive power. So, or simply, to get the value of the apparent power, that is equals to the square root of P squared plus Q squared. So in complex form, that will be S is equals to P plus or minus JQ. So let's have a beer analogy regarding sa power factor para ma-visualize natin kung ano yung kahalagahan ng tatlong power, no? So itong beer na to, makikita natin meron tayong mug dyan, no? Na puno ng beer. So merong portion na itong yung pinakang beer natin, it represents real power. Yun namang ating mabula, no? That is what we call the reactive power. So parang nasasayang na kuryente o nasasayang na power yung bula kasi hindi naman siya napapakinabangan. So yung real power yan yung ating usable electricity at yung reactive power natin ay wasted electricity. So sayang lang siya, no? Na nakakapag-aksaya siya. So yung reactive power natin, again, ang unit natin is var at yung real power natin ay watts. So ang combination ng dalawang yan, yung ating apparent power, which is the VA. So yung power factor natin, kung meron tayong low power factor, no? Sobrang dami ng bula. So mas marami siyang wasted, no, na electricity or wasted power. So whereas in high power factor, so makikita natin mas marami yung usable electricity represented by nung beer at kokonti lang yung bula or yung reactive power, no? So kung ang power factor natin ay unity, sabihin wala na halos siyang bula, no? Purong beer na siya. So ang poor power factor, no, kapag ang power factor natin sa ating electrical system is less than or equal to 0.9 or 0.9, kino-consider na natin siya as poor power factor. Yun namang good power factor or high power factor natin ay greater or equal to 0.95. At yung tinatawag nating unity power factor, that is equals to 1 kung maaabot natin yung unity power factor. So, kailangan nating magkaroon ng power factor correction. Ibig sabihin, from poor power factor, ililipat natin siya sa high or good power factor. So, we install different power factor correction devices katulad ng mga capacitor banks, no? So, yun ang ating ini-install sa system natin para ma-improve yung ating power factor. So, ang tanong ngayon, paano ba natin kinakalculate or nagko-compute nung capacitor bank size or size ng ating capacitor bank? So, alam natin itong triangle natin, the S, P, and Q, the reactive power, the apparent power, and the real power. So, sabi natin itong reactive power, ito yung wasted electricity or wasted power. So, ang purpose natin, kaya tayo naglalagay ng capacitor bank, para mapababa itong Q o kung doon sa ating beer analogy ay mabawasan yung bula at matira na lang yung beer, no? So, ire-represent natin siya, kailangan natin ay bumaba yung ating value ng Q pag nag-install tayo ng capacitor bank, no? So, para ma-solve natin o ma-calculate natin yung capacitor bank size, so let us sabihin natin yung buo na mataas na Q o reactive power is Q1 at yung point na gusto nating pababain, sabihin natin Q2 or Q sub 2, then yung size ng capacitor bank natin na kailangan para bumaba o maitulak natin yung pababa yung reactive power, sabihin na natin siya ay Q sub C. At ito naman yung real power natin, kailangan bumaba siya rito, no? Bumaba yung ating apparent power. So tawagin nating theta 1 yung malaking angle at yung theta 2 naman ay yung angle na kailangan natin para bumaba yung ating reactive power. So from our trigonometric function at tangent theta, that is equals to opposite over adjacent. So that is equals to Q over P, no? So para makuha yung Q, that is equals to P multiplied by tangent theta. So, kung Q1 ang kukunin natin, that is equals to P multiplied by tangent theta 1. So, yung malaking angle, no? Yung kulay blue. At ito namang Q sub 2 natin, itong Q2 natin dito, para makuha yan, using trigonometric function uli, that is equals to Q sub 2 is equals to P multiplied by tangent theta 2, yung angle na kulay green. So, yung QC, para makuha natin yung length na to, so that is equals to yung buong Q1, ima-minus natin yung Q sub 2, itong length ng Q2 na to. So that is QC is equals to Q sub 1 minus Q sub 2. Then substitute yung mga values ng ating Q1 and Q sub 2, that is equals to Q sub C is equals to P tangent theta 1 minus P tangent theta 2. Then, ipapactor out natin yung P. So the Q sub C is equals to P multiplied by tangent theta 1, yung malaking theta, minus tangent theta 2, yung kulay green. So that will be the equation na gagamitin natin para makompute yung capacitor bank size. So let's have a practice problem. Number 1. So 150 kVA load has a power factor of 0.75 lagging. So what size of capacitor in K bar is required to raise the power factor to 0.91? So ang mga given natin, yung apparent power natin, that is equals to 150 kVA. Yung current power factor natin, or initial power factor, is 0.75. Gusto nating itaas yung power factor natin sa 0.91. So ano daw kailangan nating size ng capacitor bank para maibaba o mataas yung ating maibaba yung reactive power at maitaas naman yung ating power factor. So, kung i-drawing natin yan, ganito yan. Ano? So, S is equals to 150 kVA. Yung power natin narito sa adjacent side. Ang theta natin ay narito pa rin. So, ang solution natin dyan, we all know that power factor is equals to power, the apparent power, real power divided by the apparent power, or simply P over S. So since meron na tayong S, kailangan lang natin yung P. So para makuha natin yung P, we simply multiply the S by the value of the power factor. So that is 150 kVA multiplied by 0.75. So we will get 112.5 kilowatts. So, alam natin that cosine theta is equals to power factor. No? So, may power factor 1 tayo, which is the 0.75 lagging. So, kukunin lang natin yung value ng theta. No? So, that is theta is equals to cosine raised to negative 1 or r cosine power factor 1. So, isa-substitute lang natin yung value ng 0.75. So, using our calculator, that will give us theta 1 is equals to 41.41 degrees. On the other hand, yung cosine theta 2 is equals to power factor 2. So that is the same process. Gagamitin lang natin yung ating calculator. So that will give us theta 2 is equals to 24.49 degrees. So since meron na tayong mga value nito, pwede na tayong dumiretso dun sa ating formula. Q sub C is equals to P multiplied by tangent theta 1 minus tangent theta 2. So, substitute all the values na kailangan natin. Nakuha na natin yung value ng theta 1. Nakuha na rin natin yung value ng theta 2. Kaya substitute lang natin. Then, gagamitin natin ang calculator. Then, this will give us 47.97 kVAR. So, this is the capacitor size na kailangan natin para yung ating power factor na mababa na 0.75, maitaas natin sa 0.91, which is acceptable na yon. Problem number 2. So a single phase, 400 volts, 50 Hz motor takes a supply current of 50 amperes at power factor of 0.6. So napakababa, no? So calculate the required capacitor in K bar to increase the power factor to 0.9. So ang given natin, so volt is 400 volts, I is equals to 50 amperes. We have two power factors. So, ang kailangan natin uli yung ating capacitor o capacitor bank size para bumaba yung ating reactive power at sa ganoon tumaas ang ating power factor. So para makuha natin yung power na kailangan natin, the real power that is equals to VI cosine theta. So we all know that cosine theta is equals to power factor. So ibig sabihin, power is equals to VI power factor. So simply substitute the value ng ating sa power, then this will give us 12 kilowatts. So since meron na tayong power, cosine theta is equals to power factor. So kukunin uli natin yung theta 1, that is equals to 53.13 degrees. Para ma-increase natin sa 0.9, kailangan natin makuha yung theta na equivalent to 0.9, that is equals to 25.84 degrees. So using our equation again, then substitute all the values na nakuha natin, that is 12 kilowatts multiplied by tangent 53.13 minus tangent 25.84 degrees, and that will give us 10.19 kVAR na required capacitor bank size. Problem number 3, an alternator is supplying a load of 650 kilowatts at a power factor of 0.65. What size of capacitor in kVAR is required to raise the power factor to unity? So again, meron tayong mga given. Power is already given, 650 kilowatts. Yung mababang power factor ay 0.65 and undesired power factor natin ay unity power factor. That is, power factor 2 is equals to 1. So again, we are required to solve for the size of the capacitor bank in kVAR. So, ang solution natin dyan, so since cosine theta is equals to power factor, kukunin uli natin yung theta 1, ano? So, that is equals to 49.46 degrees. Yung theta 2 naman, since ang kailangan nating power factor ay ma-reach niya yung unity power factor that is equals to 1, then theta 2 is equals to 0 degrees. So, Q sub C is equals to P tangent theta 1 minus tangent theta 2. Substitute all the values na given and na solved. Then that will give us the size of the capacitor, which is 760 kVAR. So, mapapansin natin na lahat ng capacitor bank natin ay nakalagay sa kVAR. So, pwede nating i-convert yung ating size na nakuha from kVAR to farad dahil ang unit naman talaga ng capacitor ay farad. So, pwede siya sa kVAR, pwede rin siya sa farad. So, para ma-convert yung kVAR to farad, we simply use the formula C, which is the capacitance in farad, Q sub C, or the reactive power ng ating capacitor in kVAR, divided by 2 pi F V squared. So, balikan natin yung problem number 2 natin. So, nasagutan na natin yon na ang required capacitor in kVAR, nakuha natin is 10.19 kVAR. So, i-convert lang natin ito para makuha natin yung value ng farad, equivalent farad unit ng capacitor natin. So, using this value or this equation, substitute yung ating nakuhang value. That is 10.19 kVAR divided by 2 pi multiplied by 50, the frequency, multiplied by the supply voltage of 400 volts to be squared. Then the value of our capacitance is equals to 202.72 times 10 to the negative 6, or simply 202.72 microfarad. So that's all mga ka-wisdom. Again, kung bago ka pa lang sa channel na ito, huwag kalimutang mag-subscribe, i-like, mag-comment at i-share ang video ito. Click mo na rin ang notification bell to receive more wisdom videos na katulad nito. Salamat!